modified.
The intelligence community this morning saying that they did not believe the coronavirus was man-made or genetically modified.
It is not man-made or genetically modified.
You see? Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, Meat Puppet. You know, I like to cover weird stuff, social issues, commentary, whatever comes in my direction, anything. As long as it's interesting, I like to talk about it. I'm just one of the people that can just talk because I find life interesting, you know. But you know what I find even more interesting is how the lab leak story was ever evolving in a very weird way that I was like, all the people that you keep telling they're crazy, especially now with internet, that they can do their own subjective research, point here, point here, point here, point here, point here, conclusion. And a lot of people were thinking the same about the lab leak. A lot. And Matt Orlafea, my bad I destroyed your name. Let's look at this video because I think he made a very interesting one. Look at this.
Biden officials now believe COVID lab leak theory.
A lab leak or a mistake, that was never discarded.
Never discarded? Okay, people. If you can say everything was discarded.
That was never discarded.
You're the intelligent man, right? Look at how much they were talking about the past, about the stupidity. I just watched the beginning. We just need to look at this. And you're gonna be surprised at how can a supposed intelligent man looking at virus and everything is gonna be like, we never discarded it. That's why I don't trust you. It's not that you're not intelligent, but it seems that somebody installed your memory in your brain and you don't even remember what you said, not even a year ago. And guess what? They said that more than 2 years ago consistently.
Ready, Ted?
Yeah.
Ready, Bill? Let's go back into history.
Yeah.
Fauci dismisses lab as source of virus. Ignore the conspiracy theories.
The conspiracy that coronavirus was man-made in a lab in Wuhan, China.
There is no reason
no,
to
even the
believe
black
any of these
community.
conspiracy theories that it was leaked from the lab.
A theory that's almost certainly not true.
A conspiracy theory that the coronavirus originated inside a lab in China.
Like it was a conspiracy of some
Jimmy
Lab was a
Kimmel.
source of virus. You can draw a line through it and say that it didn't happen. We know it didn't.
The Wuhan lab conspiracy theory.
Debunk
Colbert.
conspiracy theory.
The fringe theory that the virus came from a lab in Wuhan, China.
Only Trump was right, but he said China. So everybody thought he was racist. He was trying to make a joke about a very bad situation. I get it, not the best PR move. But if you're right, you shouldn't judge him on his PR move.
Oh my god!
A conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theories.
Debunk them.
Scientists know. Experts have more than enough evidence to show. Lab conspiracy theories debunked.
Debunk bunker. Oh man, that sounds so cool.
One of the biggest crises out there now is the false information being circulated on social media about the virus. But the virus happened when our regular coronavirus married this other virus, made children, and then the rest is history.
Oh.
And I can tell you for sure it was not manufactured in a lab.
Prejudiced lab conspiracy theory.
Look at this like. Oh my god. I miss your dislike button.
These conspiracy theories damage our real world.
Conspiracy theories that from a lab is pure baloney.
Yeah, well, you know what's pure baloney? All the scientists that got disappeared in China and you still want me to believe China. You guys are so stupid. How dumb do you think we... Oh, okay.
Complete baloney.
Widely debunked.
Conspiracy theories run
Baloney.
I think that's unlikely.
Science.
Well, at least it's unlikely. I would like to keep saying unlikely. You give it a chance. She didn't get raped, but maybe unlikely it was a sexual assault.
Condemning conspiracy theories.
This conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theories on.
Conspiracy theory that the coronavirus.
False claim. At the center of conspiracy
At
theories.
the center of conspiracy theories.
The target of conspiracy theories.
The focus of conspiracy.
Object of conspiracy theories.
Center of conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory.
So you're 100% confident there was no leak, no accident?
I'm confident there's no need.
100%.
100%.
100%. 100%. If somebody tells you 100% I did not cheat on you, husband, you trust him? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know. Look at how intensively she's looking at him and like, I want to see your eyes twitch to be sure, you know.
Oh, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Scientists worldwide agree that the virus occurred naturally.
Scientists worldwide, just like worldwide, our 270 doctors signed that to remove the Joe Rogan podcast, and then you go find out almost, I don't know how much, 70% of them on that list are just university students or something like that that are not even allowed to practice medicine.
Occurred from, bats in the marketplace.
Bats were not sold at Wuhan wet markets.
I think the bats got too close in the wet market. From bat to human in a illegal wildlife market.
Came from bats.
Most likely came from bats, yes.
And came from bats in this wildlife market.
Yes.
She is very convinced, about 90% sure.
Coronavirus most likely spread from a...
Convinced? And even though if you wanted to investigate the bats in China, guess what? You were not allowed to investigate the bats in China. Guys, this is... Ooh, you look... Okay. I guess China's paying you too.
A market in China, not from a lab in...
From a market in Wuhan, not...
From a wet markets in China.
Most likely in a wildlife wet market.
It was most likely a wet market in Wuhan where coronavirus originated.
The source of this virus is the Chinese wet markets.
Likely, probably wet markets.
In the market.
The wet market.
Yeah, I remember, now that I remember this guy, the doctor with the big wet market. I think I saw him in Joe Rogan, and he was saying that some diseases cannot be transferred, but if they mix, they are able to transfer, something like that. That's when I heard it the first time, and I went against my father, like, stop saying stupid stuff. It's not from a lab. And I guess after his death, he was right. Papa, you were right.
In this wet market.
The market, which...
From a wet market.
Began in a wet market.
From a wet market.
China's wet markets. Wet markets that bring in animals that are next to bats.
In Wuhan was where the virus first made its species jump from an animal to human.
But none of the animals at the market tested positive for the virus.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Original cases did not have any contact with that food market. The virus went into that food market before it came out of that food market.
Concerning comments from Senator Tom Cotton.
Tom Cotton was playing a dangerous game with...
Just a few miles away from that food market is China's only biosafety level 4 super laboratory that researches human infectious diseases.
Tom Cotton...
And you know what's even more funny? That lab market officially belonged to France or something like that, one country. And supposedly China just took it over, but they didn't even finish it. And once they got it, they made humongous renovation to keep it safe. And then suddenly, something happened. When you are gaslighting people and you don't provide a concrete answer, and we should trust you with only this. Are you sure? 100%! Okay. That's how I need to... Okay.
We know that they were conducting very dangerous research into coronaviruses.
Conspiracy theorist Tom Cotton flogs conspiracy theory.
We don't know where it originated, but we do know that we have to get to the bottom of that.
A coronavirus conspiracy theory.
Thoroughly debunked theory.
We don't know, again, where this virus originated.
He's spreading conspiracy theories.
It's so important that we at least ask the questions and get the evidence.
Tom Cotton.
China continues to block
Tom Cotton, go, man.
Questions and get that
yeah.
Tom Cotton conspiracy theories.
We need to at least ask the question.
Conspiracy theories.
Look how many news is just talking poo-poo about this guy. Like, how can it be possible that so much focus, as if somebody in China could not have an opinion and told somebody in US his opinion, and you're like, let's talk about this. Like, no, it never originated, never originated. One person decides, I got good connection, we're not sure what the heck is happening, and look how much publication. It's not possible. If I go to a house with my son, and then my son tells me, Papa, they stole my toy. If the whole freaking family at that location goes at my son, hey, then nobody robbed his toy. He lost it. We're not to blame. It's not our case. Rah, 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 rah. I'm gonna believe you robbed it. Come on. The pushback that you do is why makes me believe you're wrong. And I'm not gonna talk. Okay, no. Shut your mouth. Keep on the topic.
Tom Cotton.
China right now is not giving any evidence on that question.
Tom Cotton with Tom Cotton.
If you knew the virus was just coming out of China, why didn't you just lock it up? UK, you had the open connection with China. Why didn't you lock up? Do you know how many British people came to Spain? And we locked them up in their own hotel, and they got pissed like, I paid my vacation. Yeah, you paid your vacation to stay in this freaking hotel, and we don't have a pool, so you can just go to your bathtub.
So much is unknown.
Cotton has been criticized for giving just the whiff of credibility to a conspiracy theory.
His whiff smelled so bad, the whole planet realized it's Tom Cotton's poof.
Conspiracy theory.
Coronavirus is man-made. Brian, what's the best way to sift through all these myths out there on social media and avoid the misinformation?
Well, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg teamed up with Fauci to decide what information counts as disinformation. Facebook then censored the lab leak theory.
Both scientists and the U.S. intelligence community agree that this coronavirus was not man-made.
The virus was not man-made.
That is not a possibility. It didn't come from a lab.
That's not a possibility. When I cheat and they find some information, I'm gonna say that. That is not a possibility.
It was too clunky weird.
The virus was not man-made.
It's not man-made.
Again, scientists are convinced this is not man-made.
It was not man-made.
COVID-19 was not man-made.
This virus definitely wasn't man-made.
U.S. intelligence said that COVID-19 is not man-made.
Not man-made. I don't know, man. It's like I have to laugh. Because if my real emotion comes out the way I want to say it, I might get a strike, my MS might kill me, and I can only survive if I laugh, if I troll myself.
The WHO says the virus could not be man-made.
It's not man-made.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is shooting down theories that the coronavirus was man-made.
It is very, very strongly leaning towards this could not have been artificially or deliberately manipulated.
The fact that you can say that so chill, and I can't laugh here, because this is actually serious. You're a very disgusting person. I'm sorry. Because you know it's possible. And later they found out in papers it was possible. Because when the lab leak voting was coming up, or emails were being sent, hey, you heard about this? Can you investigate? Because this seems almost a little related to our own research. Allegedly. But you send certain email. You can go on Google or whatever and see the papers that everything is out now. But I know so many people, they got their Facebook accounts banned and they lost everything.
Man-made or genetically modified.
Not man-made or genetically modified.
Not man-made or genetically modified.
Not man-made or genetically modified.
It was not man-made or genetically modified.
And what's weird, you know what's actually weird? When they want to debunk, when the media wants to say, why do they say exactly the same quote over and over? I know you're going to be like, this is edited, true. But even if it's not edited, and they have a bunch of stuff to talk about, that is like a key word. They're like, okay, we just have to get this out, but keep saying this, keep saying this, keep saying this. And that's the moment I'm like, I start flipping like, why do you sound the same? You're not yourself. You're a replica, an NPC.
The intelligence community this morning saying that they did not believe the coronavirus was man-made or genetically modified.
But it is not man-made or genetically modified.
You see?
It was not man-made or genetically modified.
COVID-19 was not man-made.
Genetically modified.
Not man. The virus was not man-made.
Very strongly supported.
Oh my God.
Evidence that it was not deliberately mutated and deliberately changed.
But we now know from emails unredacted that Dr. Fauci was warned early on by top scientists that the virus likely came from a lab leak and looked genetically manipulated.
No way.
Yes way,
WHO team ruled out a lab accident or leak as a possible driver for the pandemic.
Saying don't waste any more time and effort on that.
It's simply not true.
Extremely unlikely.
Conspiracy theory.
Researchers propose further investigation into every area except
the lab leak report.
The WHO team says that it will no longer pursue research into the lab leak theory, so that's over.
There was a premature push to, reduce one of the options, like the lab theory. I was a lab technician myself, and I have worked in the lab, and lab accidents happen. It's common. I have seen it happening.
Yeah, it's happening. Bitch get slapped. It happened. Okay, he set me up. Just a joke.
And I myself had errors. So it can happen. And we need information, direct information on what the situation of these labs was before and at the start of the pandemic.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That was entertaining. I haven't laughed so much in a long time. Oh man. It's just so stupid. Matt Orfalea. Thank you. That was amazing editing. I never heard about you. I randomly found you on Rumble. I'm a lot on Rumble. I upload my videos there too. And it just sucks. It just sucks that we sit in a situation that you see so much inconsistency everywhere. You make your own conclusion. Randomly, everybody has the same conclusion. A lot of people. But you don't talk about it because you're like, nobody believes me anyway. But you do believe what you're gonna believe. But at the same time, the people that spew that stuff say exactly the same quote. Like a robot, you know? And I'm like, that's kind of weirdo. And they're like, yeah, you're not a scientist. Yes, I'm not a scientist. That is true. But why do we all come to the same conclusion without an NPC's mentality? Yeah, you've been talking. No, we're not talking together. It's just weird. And the fact that I'm not even thinking about it, and there is so much pushback everywhere with the same mentality, I start to think, why are you pushing back so much? And when you go look for yourself, you're gonna be like, even if it's a lab leak, why didn't you just freaking lock the country? Why can nobody do some research? Why can we not investigate? It's weird when it's a one-way street, but you're right. That's why it's suspicious. That's it. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much because I might get confused and lost in the argument and the commentary. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, bada bing, bada boom, you know, the usual. And hey, see you guys next time.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam. Turloqueta, verdeta, welcome. Then be the me at tu initiativa.